Hey, what's going on? My name is Josh. I hope you guys are all having a good day. I wanted to go over some of the tickers I've been paying attention to. It's been crazy. The market keeps rallying. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I wanted to get into is just going back to the SPY chart. We found the bottom. We called this our buy zone down here. We knew that over the 50%. We were bullish, bearish beneath, as we talked about a little bit yesterday. All we've continued to do is continue to rally. So we had our nice push up, a consolidation sideways, and then we had this huge run after market hours and pre-market, and we just kept continuing the move throughout the rest of the day, and then throughout the rest of the night, then we got our gap up again. So now it looks like it's continuing. Now we're running into some of these areas where it's looking like there is going to be some overhead supply, but as of right now, the market continues to move. They like possibly the fact that Joe Biden may be getting into the presidency, and then they like the split of how the Republicans are doing in the Senate. So okay, now what I do want to point out is if you haven't booked some profit, I would definitely take some profit off the table. And if in this scenario, the market could dump very quickly. We're getting these huge gaps higher, right? So we are literally, if we measure this, we're going from, that's a 2% move, 7 points just in the S&P, okay? The S&P 500. So right now, we could easily get a nice 7 to 10 point drop as well. So just keep that in mind. I would definitely be booking some profits. And the other thing is we want to kind of pay attention to is we were going over a lot of the weekly time frames on a lot of these different stocks. And what we were seeing was we were looking really bearish at the beginning of the week, right? Where we were selling off. We were looking at potentially getting some rejections off of these, maybe the 50% level on the monthly chart, 50% level on the weekly chart. We were down beneath this. So we were looking at possibly seeing some rejections and continuing prices down. But what I brought up was we clearly were seeing that the Fed was buying up. I think the title of the video is like the Fed sees, or the Fed can read the chart as well. So they were clearly saying that if we got beneath this level here in the SPY, the 320, which we called out and said was a buy zone, if we got underneath this, we would see lower prices. The Fed obviously came in, the stocks are continually rallying, and we see this in a lot of different stocks. So here's Apple, right? We were looking bearish, now it's flying. Look at AMD right down into the buy zone. We called out weeks prior to this. We called it out when we were rejecting this 50% retracement level off of this high wave candle here. Came down. Now we're right back up. Now one thing came out, some news came out on AMD and said that the price target was raised all the way up to like 96 bucks. So that would be new highs for AMD. Just to keep in mind that we have a lot of room. We're still potentially quite low on the chart to sell at higher prices. Now, this is what I don't want you guys to do. Don't let the FOMO get a hold of you. We're on a weekly chart. We're coming up to weekly resistance levels. That means if you get the prettiest pattern in the world on the 1 hour time frame, does not mean that we're going to break it on the 1 hour time frame. So we want to see it push above these levels and hold. I'd be more curious to see what happens after the election. There's so much uncertainty in the market that we need to be patient, especially since we're getting to these highs on these reversal candles. Now, if you look at a 5-minute chart and you get this reversal, how often does a 5-minute candle just completely engulf and dwarf this prior candle or previous candle? And if that's the case, if it does dwarf it or engulf it, then we could just be looking for a dip buy the following week or a continuation if it looks like it's just going to continue and be strong, just similar to this move here. So if we get this, we got this nice move up, we get a consolidation sideways, we could potentially see symmetry play out in the market and get another run, extreme run like we had before. Now, what I don't want you to do is buy the tops. We're getting towards some weekly tops. Just want you to be aware of that. The other thing I want you to be aware of is the volatility is a lot higher right now. So that means when volatility goes up, you're going to probably want to, especially if you're new, you're going to want to drop your share size down significantly. We're getting dollar moves, not just 75 cents or 50-cent moves. We're seeing quite a bit of quite the moves in the market at this point, okay, which makes it fun to trade, sure, but you just want to make sure you're not chasing the tops. Now, we could continue going through these, and you're going to see a lot. This is BA. It's actually more or less selling off, but I don't think there's really much hope for that until after we get something, after we start making some more, till the airports start doing a little bit more, right? Until the coronavirus shows a little different. Now, here's BABA, and I mentioned BABA. We don't want to be catching the falling knife. There were some buying pressure coming in on the 3-hour time frame, these lower time frames. This looked good, and now we're just rejecting it. It looks like it's just going to continue to sell off. Okay, so BABA is still on the radar, but we want to wait to see it bottom out and start to kind of give us a reversal. Now, here's big e-commerce. Let's go to the weekly chart. This would be the same scenario. Look, we're getting so many of these weekly reversal candles. This could be awesome for us. We don't necessarily have to participate in this move if you haven't already got in. When you were, if you're not, if you weren't watching our YouTube channel, which reminds me, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you'll be updated every time we come out with new content, and give us a thumbs up. So we called out a lot of these levels saying that these were buy areas, okay? And now since we're getting the reversal, you don't need to be, like I said, playing the highs. We already, a lot of us were buying the lows in here. So wait for this pattern to complete, the reversal pattern to be done with, and then we can start looking for our levels. We'll snap our lines in, we'll figure out which levels are important, and we can look at being buyers, dip buyers, even as the price sells off, expecting the bigger move to happen in that bigger time frame, because we use a top-down approach, getting a bird's eye view on what's going on in the market in order to get direction. Direction's the hardest thing to come up with in trading, in my opinion. So here's beyond, unless we get some type of news, we are getting into, this was the buy zone. It looks like we're coming up short. We get rejection, had some rejection prices up here. There was some overhead supply apparently bringing the stock back down. Now this was an analyst upgrade which made it run. We participated in parts of this run, so there was some good trades going on. But I'm still waiting. It would be a reversal candle if we get up above the 50% of this prior breakdown candle, which was a big candle. Many cases, if you get several smaller red candles, which these are not necessarily small, but you get a continuation of a large red candle, this in many times could be an exhaustion of the move. That means all the sellers are out, and there could be buyers stepping back into the stock. So let's wait to see if we get above 50% in this area. Wait to see what kind of happens on maybe some of the smaller time frames, like the daily and the 3-hour time frame, to catch the bigger moves in the market. Okay. Now here is Dale, same scenario. Disney, big reversal candle, breaking the high of the previous candle. That's pretty cool. And it looks like we have a V-shaped recovery. So a big push up, a consolidation sideways, and let's see what Disney will do soon. Now, DraftKings, same thing. Right into a buy zone. We could actually mark this out and say that this is an area that is important to us. I would like to see not just a continuation. Even if it does, even if it comes up, there's going to be a point right in here, most likely, that we're going to get some kind of hesitation. If we can get a week going sideways or 2 weeks going sideways, maybe some wicks down here, be buyers right around this price point. So let's just break that down real quick. Let's make this candle green and say that we want to be a buyer in this zone. And when I say a buyer, I'm not saying it touches the line and then you just buy. What I do is I wait for the hourly chart, maybe a 15-minute chart or a 30-minute time frame. I suggest sticking to a 30-minute, no less. But dialing in, we want to see the wicks coming in around this $39 price range if we get a pullback down to that zone. If we get a pullback down into that, in that price zone, which would be 50% of the reversal pattern, we could potentially become buyers off that. Now, other levels that are critical and important, we have the 61.8 as well. So just to keep an eye on those special levels that we can snap on the Fibonacci retracement lines. And I have other videos done on Fibonacci's as well and how we use those, on using them slightly different. We can use them in multiple ways, but just depending if you're an intraday trader, weekly trader, maybe a couple day, like a swing trader, you can use that scenario in a different area. We don't have to snag the tops and bottoms of huge rallies, especially in today's market, okay? And then we have DocuSign. So DocuSign doing the same thing, big reversal candle. Let's be patient. We can catch this. We can catch another huge move in the market. The market looks like it's going to continue. If they drop a stimulus package, it is going to continue, okay? So we should have this huge push up, this long consolidation. We've been weeks into this area. Now let's let it run. Let's let it continue, okay? Being patient is definitely key at this point if you haven't already caught the move. The DQ, we're talking about having this be a buy zone down here. Now, we did not take this trade, but DQ is running like crazy. EMPH is another one that I was keeping an eye on. Look how clean EMPH's chart is. We're breaking the high of the high wave candle, this indecision bar. Let's continue to wait. We don't need to be jumping in at the tops. We can wait for pullbacks. Facebook, I think we already touched on. Facebook was another one that's just incredible. This thing looked bearish until it wasn't. So paying attention to Facebook, we can start seeing new highs in Facebook. As a matter of fact, I was actually watching this earlier. I wanted to see what we have going on. So we have these wicks coming in. Okay, so let's continue to watch Facebook on and then I even went down to a 5-minute time period I just wanted to see, but we had this reversal, this little pattern sideways and a push up. So we had this reversal. So this is what I'm wanting to see. This is exactly what I'm wanting to see on some of these weekly time frames. We have the big push up, maybe another week or 2 weeks consolidation and another run higher. Okay, we don't necessarily have to do that. We could get one resting week. We could just get a continuation, but eventually we will get some kind of a rest period. And if the market's going to continue, this is the pattern we're looking for. All patterns happen on the same patterns happen on all time frames. So the weekly chart's going to say throw the same patterns as this 5-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame, etc., etc. So we could be waiting to see what happens on these bigger time frames. Let's look at Facebook's looking really good. So we haven't rested very much on the 10-minute chart. 15, 30, we have a nice exhaustion bar. We have these wicks coming in. I would love to see, do you see how there's a lot of consolidation right here? So the chances of us just pushing up and running right through that's pretty slim. What we want to see is a push up, consolidation sideways, maybe some type of curve, see volume coming in, and then let it rip it later on in the day, maybe after 11 or I guess 12 o'clock or so. So that's something I'd be keeping an eye on. Now, let's see, FSLY. Let's go back to the weekly chart. This is one that I brought up. So on the monthly time frame, this is a much bigger chart. Oh, weekly. So on the weekly, we talked about this. This was a zone we put in. I had another YouTube video on this. So this is where we found a lot of buyers coming into the market. What we wanted to see is it come down. We wanted to recapture this area. If it recaptures the area, now we could be looking at taking this thing long, and we could potentially see much higher prices. Fiverr was the other one that was really nice. So Fiverr, we're right into the buy zone. We dipped down into it. We built the pattern sideways. We're right at the 50% level on our, was that the monthly chart then? Yeah, this is the monthly chart, this big reversal candle. So let's just continue. As I said, be patient. If you're not already in the market, you're chasing it. We don't want to chase it. Although there has been times that it pays off to chase, right? And maybe this rally is one of them. But I would rather be safe than sorry. I don't want to get into a stock, hold overnight, and then have that gap down. That's huge, and it hurt us big time in the account. I think we already went over gold. And gold is something to definitely keep an eye on. I love that it's going over this. So I haven't broke down gold very often, but what we're looking at is we were gapped above the pivot high. So let's go down to a lower time frame. Let's see. Let's put in, this is our weekly. So I'm just going to make a line right here. So that's our line. That was the pivot high. So we went up. We got this reversal pattern right here. Here's the breakdown candle. So let's go. This is our reversal pattern. We got a sell-off, we got a pattern going sideways, and then we get the drop. So here's our breakdown bar. That's the power candle at this point. That's the bar that remains in control of the stock. We get a rally up, we get a reversal pattern at the high of the control bar. Makes sense? Now, just like I was saying, let's get a recapture on Fiverr. I think it was Fiverr, or maybe it was FSLY. We get the recapture, and then it moves in the opposite direction. So we got the recapture. So the bulls pushed above the power candle. The bulls thought they were in control of the stock. The bears brought the stock price back down so that the bears remained in control of the stock. We get the reversal, and we get this rejection on the wick, right? On the next week. So price went back up. We get the rejection. That shows that the bulls are out of the market, so we continue to get selling pressure. People either getting out of their position or short sellers getting into the position. But what we liked is today it gapped above this pivot high. So I'm watching gold. We want to see, since it gapped above, pay attention to the green line. We gapped higher. Okay, here was the gap. We are still, here was the market open right here, so we got to sell off. It retested on a smaller time frame, the hourly time frame, retested that critical level. We knew it was a critical level because we looked on the bigger time frame, giving us the bird's eye view. Now we have an understanding of direction, right? So now we get into the stock as it hits the weekly, which used to be resistance, is now support. So we find buyers off of this zone now. Now we're getting a big move higher, a big push higher. Now all I would do is going, okay, we got definitely a move in gold. It was a bearish pattern. Now we have bears getting pushed out. They might have thought that this thing was going to continue. Now we can look for overhead supply at this point where other sellers or buyers may still be stuck in their position that they need to get out of their position. So I would say anywhere in the tops here. Is that right? So anywhere in the tops here, right here to here, we'll find some sellers. Probably anywhere right, yep, right in here. So this is what I would do, is I would be holding, following my stop loss up on the hourly time frame, may even use a 30-minute time frame. Looking good, but what I would like to see, and this is where we can still play gold today. So what we're looking for is we get this extreme push up. Let's wait for like a 10-minute pattern being put in right here, maybe a pullback or maybe a half an hour pattern where we get the strong push up. We want to see a half an hour go, maybe another pattern being put in sideways, something that is going to show us. So something maybe like something like this right here. So how cool would it be to get a strong push up, some type of pattern like this where we start seeing wicks coming at the bottom, and then we could be buyers on a breakout, okay? And then we know where our resistance is, so we can get in on the pullback, okay? And that's the point. We want to get into pullback. We don't necessarily want to chase, but now we have an understanding that on the bigger time frame, we have some room to the upside. So let's go back to the weekly time frame. Ooh, this would be something to pay attention to. So this little area right here, I think we should make that a different. So we could definitely see a little bit of a hiccup here. Make this a different color, like I said. And we'll just have an understanding that this could possibly be some kind of resistance for the stock as well. So we'll draw in the line. Now let's go down to the smaller time frame, that half-hour chart. Okay, so we're running into it very soon. So let's wait and see. Even if we're a dip buyer at the 50% level at 182, we could get a push up into this level. And if it gives us this nice little consolidation going sideways, I don't see this being a huge critical level. I think getting up here would be a much better level for us. But that's something we could play, just FYI. Now, again, there's a lot of these stocks that on the weekly time frame, I mean a lot. Microsoft. I don't know about MU reversal. I believe MU had something on it. Now we've been following Netflix for a while. Look at that reversal on there. Now look at even the monthly time frame on Netflix. It just looks like it's consolidating sideways, so that it's going to make this move higher. The weekly time frame, we called this out. This was a clear, and I brought this up way ahead of time, that this was certainly a buy zone for Netflix, a critical zone for Netflix. Okay, so if you haven't been in the stock already on this at this price point, you're just going to follow your stops up, okay? You don't want to start chasing the highs once again. Let's wait for the candle. See how the weekly chart, once it's down here in the buy zone, it can continue to push higher. Now, I don't want to, I'm being long-winded. If you haven't already, if you found this information to be useful, if you think we've earned your thumbs up, I would appreciate it. If you could hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so as we upload new content, you'll be first to be notified. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video.